every song has its creators.
Now for the real story.
This is Carol Kaye. At 78, she might not look the part.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
But she played a part in hit
And then he kissed me.
after hit.
I've hungered for your touch.
If you'd have heard those songs and the singers when we did, before we created our lines, you'd have never think that most of those would be hits.
Carol, play right from the very beginning, okay? Here we go, from the top.
Like a song, let's start from the beginning, the 1950s. Kaye started playing gigs when she was 14, and jazz was hot.
There were bands playing everywhere, in the parks and the striptease, bowling alleys, you had jazz, everywhere. I played in a high-class striptease place called the Gilded Cage. And I'm playing the music and everything, I'm looking at the naked gals, and they're throwing their things around. I'm going I never saw a naked lady in my life, and here I am playing in a striptease place, and I can hardly play the music,
In 1957, rock and roll started taking over, and that's the same year well-known music producer Bumps Blackwell discovered Kaye playing in a club.
He asked me to do a record date. I said, okay, but I knew when I did a record date that if I started studio work, because I saw it happen, we all saw it happen, you would lose your place in jazz.
Here we go, take 25.
You had that factor that if you want to make money for your family, you better do studio work, so that's what I did.
Kaye joined other studio musicians, recording albums. Among the first songs, Summertime with Sam Cooke.
Pretty soon people started to call me for other things, and then it was the Richie Valens.
The faces on the album were the stars, met with screaming fans and personal praise, keeping the spotlight on themselves. Nowhere on the record was credit given to Kaye and the other studio artists.
The records would not have sold, and we don't have long hair and all that kind of stuff. We look like we just got off of a battleship or something. Record companies did it right. They kept us hidden.
After 5 years of playing guitar in the studio, the bass player didn't show up for a session, and Kaye discovered the bass line.
So when I got on bass, it was a lot more fun. When I played on bass, and I could create what I heard should have been on the bottom, because you had people doing this. And the beat goes on. So about the third line that I came up with was, and the beat goes on. And the beat goes on. Not that we love the music. There's some tunes that were like, ugh, but you did your best to turn them into hit records anyway.
On a tour of one-night stands, my suitcase and guitar in hand.
When you felt the hit take, the hair on my arm would stand up. Like when we did Memories, da 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 da. I went. So I started putting little lines in, and the drummer looked at me and smiled, and he started adding a little bit of lines. That was the take, that was the hit.
Kaye went on to work with Phil Spector, Quincy Jones, and Brian Wilson, just to name a few.
Can you do that, Carol, successfully? Here we go.
Good vibrations. Take one.
Jazz feel.
Yes, a woman played on the Beach Boys album.
The note doesn't say it's male or female. The note is either good or bad, see? So, you don't think that way.
Kaye and the studio musicians could crank out 10 tunes in 6 hours, tweaking bare-bone sheet music, creating the songs the kids dance to, that sold records and lives on today.
Today, people are fighting for credits. They're fighting for me, me, me. We didn't think me, me, me. We thought us, us, us. see, as a group, trying to create a product. We had to go home and look at ourselves in the mirror. Music is a business, and if more musicians thought that way, we would have a damn good business.